It's over now to Joel Crosskill with the Business Report.
Lots to share with you in the Business Report today. When considering the credence of the significant uptick in business confidence reported in the most recent JCC Business and Consumer Confidence Survey, which, once again, found access to capital for SMEs as a persistent, if not chronic concern, with approximately half of those canvassed conveying a need. The invitation to break bread with Bruce Bowen, Chief Executive Officer at National Commercial Bank Jamaica Limited NCBJ, following the launch of the NCB SME Growth Fund, a $1 billion initiative that sees a general reduction of rates on all SME loan products, provided the opportunity to better appreciate why NCB had taken the initiative in directly lowering borrowing costs for small businesses.
As the largest financial institution in Jamaica, we don't have the luxury of being a niche player. We've got to support all sectors of the economy. You know, we're 32 to 35% of the market in loans and deposits, depending on what types of loans and what types of deposits. We're about 42% of the capital base in the industry. We're the largest branch network, the largest ABM network. We're over 50% of the payments in the country. So we can't be a niche player. And so if we're going to be supporting building a better Jamaica, we need to be looking at the SME sector as well. As we were talking about it at the executive level, said, look, we really should get, we need to be doing something to respond to, the calls from Bank of Jamaica, from the government, from many associations about the 100 basis point decline in market rates, and what were the banks doing to respond.
SME industry groups, along with business owners and entrepreneurs, were provided the eligibility criteria by Executive Vice President of NCB's Retail Banking Division, Perrin Gale.
So we actually only have 3 eligibility criteria. 1, business with revenues between 15 and 425 million, be registered for at least 2 years and being in business for a year. So it's basically saying most of our established businesses can participate. The criteria would be very similar to other facilities that we have. So the real distinction for the fund is really the reduction that we're providing in interest rates to help the community to grow. So we decided on what the rate should be for secured lending and our unsecured lending. And looking at where the established rates were, that's how we came up with up to 3%. So it's really a reduction of about 300 basis points across most products. I believe in one era it was a little more, one maybe a little less, but it was to bring everything down to around 975.
However, according to Bowen, NCB has been placing additional focus on enriching its support of the SME sector for the past 18 months.
Rates isn't everything. We got to be doing a lot of things and continuing that we're providing that support. What more do we need to do? We have to do more training and designated of our relationship people that are interacting with SMEs through the whole process. And this is something every bank went through of, what do you pull out of branches and centralize? What do you leave in branches? And I think somewhere in there, particularly the SME segment, lost some of the human touch that was in there interacting. And we need to, even beyond interest rates, look at what we internally say, time to cash on loans. The process from a request to an approval and a disbursement just takes much too long. So there's a big focus internally going into the next year.
But the BR could not refrain from wondering if and when the micro-scale entrepreneurs, less than $15 million in revenue, would get similar attention for access to capital. And it seems as though the NCB CEO has been as well.
I do think as a bank, there's opportunities for us to continue to move down market. How far into the micro space, I'm not sure, because to deliver well to the micro sector, you need a lot of data, because you can't be personally adjudicating every loan. You just have to say, in these data sets, if someone looks like this, your probability of default is low. And we, if anyone, have a lot of data. So as we pull that together, I think should be able to move down. And it should be, I mean, I believe it's something we can leverage to just make the decision-making process quicker.
And that was your business report. I'm Joel Crosskill.